The rumors for the LEGO UCS Death Star is that there is going to be 38 minifigures, the most they've ever put into a set. I'm going to try and guess all 38 of them, and we'll come back to this video in October to see how many we got right. Now, LEGO has made a similar set twice before, and I think looking back is going to give us a good guide of how they're going to divide up the mammoth lineup of minifigures going forward. 2008 10188 Death Star with 3,803 pieces and was the first entry. The minifigures spread across versions of characters from A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. We see a couple of characters with multiple minifigures, but they can be placed into different parts of the build to complete out the small scenes that have been built out. 8 years later, in 2016, 75159 came out with 4,016 pieces, 27 minifigures. It was an update, but very similar, and again, didn't have a direct link to one movie, which I think is a theme that will continue and be expanded upon with the new one. Right, so there's going to be some regular minifigures that you are just going to get in there no matter what. When we see these big lineups of 38 minifigures, I'd say about half of them are going to be similar rehashes or identical to past versions we've had before. When looking at the Mos Eisley Master Builder series set, it had 21 minifigures, but 7 of those were super common and readily available in other sets at the time. So, who are these minifigures? I think that we're going to get 3 versions of Luke. We're going to get the Farm Boy Tatooine version of Luke, the Stormtrooper disguised Luke, but we're also going to get the final dual Luke from Return of the Jedi. I think Han Solo will get 2 versions. His Corellian vest from A New Hope and also the Stormtrooper disguise that we see for Luke. Chewbacca, please make a new version of Chewbacca. Like really, we've had SW0532 in 19 sets now. Let's give him some arm printing at least to give a little bit of difference. Princess Leia in her classic A New Hope attire, I think will be in here. I always prefer the dress leg piece as opposed to the leg piece, but it might make her a little bit harder to pose, especially if there's a couple of internal dioramas to the set. R2-D2 and C-3PO will be in here too, but please LEGO, do not make the same mistake you made with the UCS Jabba's sail barge and not include the 3PO with a dual molded leg. Not getting that in a $500 set is embarrassing, but to leave it out of a $1,000 set would be just plain insulting to the customers. The old Obi-Wan Kenobi and Vader will make appearances too. Personally, I think that the current Vader minifigure is in its prime version. The arm printing, leg printing, and also the head printing are fantastic. Maybe we should get a Happy Vader face print, that moment that he shares with Luke just before the second Death Star gets destroyed. We are always going to get an Emperor Palpatine, and he will be flanked by 2 Royal Guards. I think there's going to be 4 standard Stormtroopers to help fill out and build up this set. I also think there's going to be a few more unnamed Imperials in there. Similar to the 2016 version, we got 2 Death Star Troopers, an Imperial officer, and an Imperial Navy officer too. Then there are the droids. There is some debate if these buildable minifigures should be counted as a minifigure, but for me, if it's got an SW code before it, then I am counting it. We previously got the interrogation droid, and I think that will definitely come back again, along with the mouse droid. Both of these are iconic to A New Hope, and I think they should be included. There was also an Imperial-themed astromech and a protocol droid previously, and a random assassin droid that was in there. I don't remember that from the movies. I think all of these will come back just for nostalgia's sake of the old sets. I feel like we've got our homework out the way and we can start to have fun speculating at the further minifigures. The Imperial officers are a big part of this. Grand Moff Tarkin should make the return. He's only had 3 entries previously, and 2 of those have been in the Death Star sets. I feel like the time is right for an update, and according to the Brick Economy, he was the most expensive minifigure from the 2016 Death Star. It will be a good chance to build out the other Imperial officers too we see in that Imperial ballroom from the beginning of A New Hope. It will be first minifigures for General Cassio Tague, Admiral Antonio Motti, Chief Moradin Bast, Chief Seward Cass, and also the return of ISB Colonel Wolf Yularen. This will be Yularen's 3rd minifigure and someone who went from a background character in A New Hope to a fully fleshed out role across the Clone Wars and Rebels. This will be a new version of Yularen as he holds the title of ISB Colonel during A New Hope. Another major Imperial figure that I think will make its return is Director Orson Krennic. The last Death Star set came out a few months before Rogue One hit our screens, so we didn't know about Krennic's involvement at that point. But now I think it's a key minifigure that should be in here. He is also known to be flanked by Death Troopers, and I think there'll be 2 of those in this set too. We know that the Death Trooper helmet mold is back and active because of the rumoured Night Trooper battle pack has 2 Death Troopers in it too. Plus a little extra prediction here, I say that the Death Star Troopers get cloth pauldrons, but the battle pack version get none. I also think we'll get a Galen Erso minifigure finally. As the man credited for the work to help make the Death Star what it was, I feel like it's only right he be included. Now, I don't believe he ever made it aboard the space station in its early development, but his role alone in creating it should qualify him for a space in the minifigure lineup. Switching gears a bit, I think we are also going to get a proper mold for something we've been wanting for a long time. Everyone's favourite trash monster species of Dianoga. I'd like to see some leaning towards the animal pieces we've seen in the past, like the Carillion Hound or the larger Boga that Obi-Wan rode. I think it would be a chance to help flex and show where some of that $1,000 is going into this. There we have it, the 38 minifigures I think will be in the UCS Death Star that comes out October 1st. I've also done a video on the missing minifigures from A New Hope, which you can watch here. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and if you've enjoyed this, drop us a like and a follow, and may the Force be with you always.